What's up, Superhero Bowl fam? Today, we've got some thrilling news fresh out of CinemaCon. Sony just officially dropped the title for Spider-Man 4, and guess what? It's called Spider-Man Brand New Day. We're gonna dig deep into what that title means, explore some plot implications, and even circle back to some previously leaked details that might just tie everything together. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. So grab your snacks, hit that subscribe button, and let's swing into it. Welcome back to Superhero Bowl. If you love all things Marvel, you're in the right place. We're all about that daily Marvel content, so if you haven't subscribed yet, now's your chance. Plus, shout out to everyone who's already part of this awesome community. We appreciate you. Now let's get into the juicy details about our new Spidey flick. So unless you've been living under a rock, you know that Spider-Man 4 is officially titled Brand New Day. But here's a little interesting tidbit. Back on October 17th, 2024, a Production Weekly post actually leaked this title, along with a synopsis, which is pretty spot on now that we can confirm the title. The synopsis goes like this. Following the events of Doomsday, Peter Parker is determined to lead a normal life and focus on college, stepping back from being Spider-Man. However, peace is short-lived when a dangerous new threat shakes things up, forcing Peter to rethink his promise to keep his loved ones safe. Eventually, he reluctantly takes up the Spider-Man mantle again, teaming up with an unexpected ally to protect those he cares about. Now, I'm buzzing about this because it opens us to a fresh narrative that balances Peter Parker's college life with his responsibilities as a superhero. Plus, the title really echoes that One More Day storyline we've seen in the comics, suggesting that our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man is struggling to keep those he loves safe after losing Aunt May to the Green Goblin. It's this captivating push and pull, right? Now let's talk about the characters. The synopsis mentions that Peter will have an unlikely ally, which many of us think will be played by Sadie Sink. Now, while some people have speculated that she might be Mary Jane, I lean toward thinking she could be playing a character like Firestar instead, especially with Zendaya returning as MJ. This would make sense, given how much Peter still cares about him and those close to him. And while we're on the topic of characters, there are some rumors swirling about the villains, with names like Chameleon and Spider-Queen coming up. But come on, isn't it time we see Dr. Doom in action? With all the talk about this interconnected universe, I think Doom makes a lot of sense as a primary antagonist. He'd not only bring a compelling conflict, but also add a layer of emotional complexity, especially relating to the relationship Tony Stark had with Peter. Who wouldn't want to see Parker grapple with the remnants of Stark's legacy? Now let's dig into the juicy details about the timeline and the potential connections with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. There are some interesting rumors floating around that Spider-Man Brand New Day might actually unfold at the same time as Avengers Doomsday. Just think about that for a moment. While our Avengers are tackling monumental multiversal threats, Spider-Man could be dealing with his own challenges in the heart of New York City. What this means for storytelling is just incredible. We're going to see Peter Parker really balancing his everyday life as a college student. And let's be honest, we all remember that struggle, while the world around him is facing cosmic-level chaos. It's like having the best of both worlds. We get a deep dive into who Spider-Man is as a person, especially how he deals with relationships and responsibilities, while simultaneously feeling the weight of the larger Marvel narrative. This impending cosmic battle could also provide a fascinating backdrop for our friendly neighborhood hero's journey. For Peter, the stakes are personal, and they're tied to his growth as a character. The contrast between the broader superhero battles and his individual quest for identity and safety can create some powerful storytelling moments. It opens up the opportunity for him to reflect on what it means to be a hero and what sacrifices he may need to make, not just as Spider-Man, but as Peter Parker. Now think about how this aligns with the overall arc of the MCU. If Spider-Man 4 indeed runs parallel to Avengers Doomsday, it implies the filmmakers might be setting the stage for significant crossover elements. Marvel loves to drop little hints and clues that hint towards future narratives. Picture this. During a huge battle in Doomsday, there could be a scene referencing events that transpired in Spider-Man 4, providing a seamless continuity that makes fans go wild. Plus, we already know that the fallout of the events in Doomsday will have ripple effects throughout the MCU. It's entirely possible that the choices Peter makes in Brand New Day, maybe even his interactions with characters like Dr. Doom or the Chameleon, could resonate in the Doomsday storyline. This interconnectivity helps to enrich the overall narrative landscape of the MCU, allowing viewers to feel more engrossed in the larger universe where any film could impact another. Moreover, Spider-Man has always had a unique relationship with the Avengers, especially Tony Stark, who played a mentor role for him. With Stark's passing in Endgame, it's almost as if Peter has been handed this augmented responsibility to step up in ways he might not feel ready for. If Spider-Man 4 runs alongside Doomsday, we could see how Peter copes with this heavy legacy. Is he trying to fill the shoes of someone like Stark while still figuring himself out? That tension could lead to some truly emotional and thought-provoking moments. Speaking of emotional weight, let's not forget the potential for past experiences to shape Peter's current decisions. The ghosts of his past losses, namely Aunt May and perhaps other close connections, could play a pivotal role in how he approaches his responsibilities in the face of new threat, like the Chameleon or even Dr. Doom. The emotional stakes tied to these characters can amplify the narrative without overshadowing the character's journey. And we can't ignore the possibility that key events in Avengers Doomsday will shed light on Spider-Man's responses. If Peter finds himself teaming up with someone like Sadie Sink's character, potentially as Firestar, the dynamic could introduce fresh elements that feed off the chaos of Doomsday. Imagine if the threat Spider-Man faces in his solo film hinders him during the events of the Avengers' epic battles. It would create a tangled web of action and emotion that fans crave, one where every choice matters and the consequences could be felt universes away. This timeline connection could also serve to enrich the portrayal of villains like Dr. Doom and the Chameleon. With multiple layers of subtext from past relationships and current dilemmas, we might explore deeper motivations for these characters. How does Doom's history with Tony Stark influence Peter? Does Chameleon have a personal vendetta against Spider-Man that ties back into this larger story? Speaking of connections, there's a lot of buzz about how Spider-Man 4 might run concurrently with Avengers Doomsday. Now, this adds a whole other layer, right? Imagine, while the Avengers are out there dealing with massive threats, Spider-Man is in NYC juggling college and the Chameleon creeping around. It's the classic comparison of street-level heroism against cosmic stakes. This setup lets Spider-Man have his own story while still feeling intertwined with the larger Marvel Universe. It gives this film space to showcase the importance of Peter Parker's life, his struggles, and the friendships he cherishes, instead of just being a side character in a big, epic showdown. Just think about all the potential emotional weight this has, especially if they explore how Tony Stark's legacy plays into Peter's actions. So there you have it, folks. The possibilities for Spider-Man Brand New Day running alongside Avengers Doomsday open up a treasure trove of narrative opportunities that could redefine our favorite web-slinger yet again. It's exciting to think about how these stories will intertwine, especially with all the emotional stakes on the table. But I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on these connections? How do you feel about Peter Parker's journey as he navigates college life while facing off against new threats? And do you think Dr. Doom will steal the show? Drop your theories and opinions in the comments below. I can't wait to read what you all think. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Join our Superhero Bowl family for all the latest and greatest in the Marvel Universe. We've got more epic content coming your way, so turn on those notifications to stay in the loop. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and I'll catch you in the next video. Stay heroic, everyone.